If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that sub button for more amazing content. Now, let's jump straight into the video. What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Bofino1, bringing you guys in another YouTube video. And yes, you read that title correctly. American drivers are literally going over the border into Mexico to be able to get, cheaper gas. So, those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, or maybe you don't own a vehicle, or even if you don't own a vehicle, you probably still have heard about it. Gas prices are through the roof still. I mean, I know a lot of states have excluded, gas tax. My state has. And, prices are slowly starting to drop down. They're essentially not 100% where they really should be. I mean, right now, like at our Sam's Club, you can get gas for like $4.74, but I still believe at most, I guess you could say regular quote unquote gas stations, you're spending right now $5 still, and it's still pretty high other places. It has went down, like I would say, maybe 30 cents, but like I said, gas still shouldn't be like in the $4 range. Gas should honestly be, I feel like, no more than $3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, in terms of if we're going off of wages and how much money people are making, how much they really can afford. But nonetheless, that's a story for another day. So Ivan Escogido, he is a gas employee / owner and in Mexico, and he has suddenly started seeing BMWs, 8-cylinder Chevrolet Suburbans, and luxury Lincolns stopping to fill up, paying in dollars, and some proffering American Express cards. And he pumps gas in the Mexican city of Ciudad Juarez on the Texas border. That is reversal of pretty much everything he knows. He says, for their whole lives, people from here, businessmen and everyone else, have gone to buy gas in El Paso, referring to the Texas city over the border. Now the tables have turned, close quote. With a Mexican gallon $1 less, gas sales in Ciudad Juarez were 52.6% higher in May than a year ago. Most of it is imported from the U.S., which is the single largest seller of refined petroleum products to Mexico. As the world and rising Latin American left have embraced a green future, Mexico President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has seemed to some like a dinosaur, building a huge over-budget refinery to his native Tabasco and investing heavily in Petróleos Mexicanos, his state oil company, the world's most in-depth. So, as you can kind of see, because gas prices are so high in the United States, people are literally going over to the border to Mexico. And probably what they're doing, I mean, at least I would think they're doing, what the smart thing is, if you're driving that far, even if you're like Texas and you're driving relatively far, I would think you probably would be getting like little tanks and filling up your tanks and trying to fill them up as much as you can so you can try to get as much gas and then come back. And it's kind of sad if you think about it that, we've gotten to the point, like there was an article that came out the other day that, we've gotten to the point where people are deciding whether they can eat food or whether they can put gas in their car. Hear that again. People have gotten to the point where they're deciding whether they can put food on the table or whether they need to put gas in their cars. And so that's a scary situation, a scary thing to be in, a situation to be in. A lot of people are having to work a lot more overtime. People are really trying to push themselves to make it. And so it's really sad that gas prices can soar so high, right? But it takes so long, for them to get back to a point that's reasonable. And with inflation is being so high, I mean, it's starting to come down a little bit, but it's still not at a level that is considered substantial for your average working person, your average minimum wage worker. The people that probably are not feeling it the most are probably, they would say like middle class and obviously like the rich, but the people that are considered, like the working poor, they're really feeling it. And so yes, gas prices are starting to go down, but I mean, it's crazy, so it's crazy that that people are to this point. And the article also says that one Texas woman filling her tank said her family told her she had to buy gasoline in Juarez, blaming the price difference on Biden's failures. A New Mexico construction worker with a disability tag swerved into the station after dropping his adult daughter off. A man shielding his eye from the sun because he'd come to Mexico for eye surgery handled a few bills to the attendant. These folks didn't drive over just for gas. They had a reason to be here, but made it a point to find a pump. So that kind of goes to show you, like I said, that people are getting, in a sense, so desperate. They're in a situation, or they're in situations where, like I said, they're choosing between either I can put food on the table or I need to put gas in my car, that they're willing to drive super far to get their gas filled in their eyes at a cheaper price. And really, if you think about it, if you're driving really far, I don't know if you're really saving gas, because the time that you're spending driving there and then driving back, you have to add that onto your bill. But if you're someone that's driving there, and like I said, you're filling up tanks and tanks and tanks full of gas, then this essentially might not be a bad thing for someone to do. I mean, that's what people were doing when they started talking about the shortage of gas. People were literally like filling up tanks of gas. They had to tell people gas stations had essentially ran out of gas because of it. They told people that you only can fill up X amount of dollars. I don't know if you guys remember that. That wasn't too long ago, where you were only able to put X amount of dollars in your tank at a time, because, you know, people had just got crazy. But like I said, it just kind of goes to show you that, you know, when things get bad, people will always find a way. But it also goes to show you that things have gotten so bad that people are looking at this as the way to try to support themselves, their families, etc. And like I said, you know, inflation has went up like what they say, like 8%, 7%, but people's wages have only went up like 3-4%. So that's the other part, is that I know a lot of people really wanted to make more money and all that other stuff, but it's not really doing them any good because they're making more money, but because inflation has went up, it's almost as if they're in the same situation as if they was making maybe that 10, 12 bucks an hour before. But like I said, that's a topic for like another video. I've spoken on that numerous times, but I just wanted to get on here and make a video on this. Let me know if you guys kind of like this free form type of commentary. I do want to get back into this channel. I do miss commentating on different like news topics. I just haven't really had a lot of like motivation, I guess you say, or drive right now, just because I've been focused on my vlog channel as well as, you know, my podcast channel. But I am starting to get back into the swing of it. I also think a lot of it has to do with me overanalyzing or overthinking these commentary, and they should be more freeform, you know, and just talk about it, you know, kind of like a podcast, but like in smaller clips, if that makes sense. The whole like sitting down writing scripts for videos, for me, it was cool back in the day, but it kind of takes away some of the excitement or fun. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Finn Army.